Greetings, galactic angelics of the 144 Legion of our 12D Venusian Eagle and Condor lineage. Rising up, rise up, spread your wings, angels, and rise into the glory, the honor, and beauty of heaven on earth, the new earth. Today is a very powerful day, the 17th. The first day of Navratri, the 9 nights of the most sacred 9 goddesses of the universe, synchronizing with this most powerful new moon in Libra, the Libran of the galactic librarians, fully activated through the Holy Grail. This is going to be one of the most powerful transmissions that I've ever released. So feel into it, let go, get out of the mind, put your awareness into the heart center, and we're going to channel, connect with the power, the glory, the grace, the virtue of Navratri and the 9 mothers, the 9 goddesses. I've been fully activated by my queen, the Condor, my Shakti, my Magdalene, all the veils being torn wide open to reveal all, the open heart, the sacred flower, the golden lotus, fully blooming, fully blossoming into the light. So we'll get more into the power of Navratri in today's transmissions. And at the end, we will do a sacred mantra for the first of the 9 goddesses, ShailPutri, the daughter of the mountains, the sacred mountains. Today we had a 27 hertz amplitude blast on the Schumann charts, synchronizing with the 9 of the 9 goddesses, the 9 divine feminine energies that are coming in over the next 9 days and nights through the power of this sacred new moon, of the new earth. We're seeing many interesting patterns appearing with the codes on the Schumann charts. We had 116 M1.5 or greater earthquakes, the most powerful being, of course, on the Ring of Fire, on one of the lowest points of the lower Dantian. This is like the sacral chakra, the sacral chakra of Divine Goddess of the Lemurian energy with a 5.4, also the 9. So we're going to be seeing this a lot today and over the next 9 days, the 9 energy of completion and the final manifestation of the Council of 9 to help assist humanity and all life on this ascension. The Ring of Fire was totally lit up today. We had a 5.1 in Indonesia, in the crown of Lemuria, in the Aleutian Islands, a 3.2, and then in the sacred portal again today were the 3 sacred mountains forming a trident, a trinity, and you see the symbols of Shiva and the divine goddess of the first day of Navratri, ShailPutri. She is holding a trident, and Shiva holds his trident. And it is also the symbol of Poseidon and the divine masculine to assist in the raising of Lemuria, of the sacred consciousness of Mu. And in this sacred portal today, we had a 4.4 with the 4-4 energy, 71.007, 007 with the 77, the 17, and the 71 symbolized. That was on the longitude 71.007, latitude 36.515, 5115 of the 6-6, 164 kilometers depth, and this is in Hindu Kush, Afghanistan, where the 3 sacred mountains, Tian Shan, Celestial Mountain, Kunlun of the Middle Dantian, the Water Path, the Divine Feminine, and the Himalayan Mountains of the Sacred Guru. And then in the sacred mountains of the Andes, which is the Kundalini of the New Earth, The old earth Kundalini, which ran through the Himalayan mountains and now runs through the sacred divine feminine, the land of our sacred condor in the Andes in Chile, 4.3, right on the Tropic of Capricorn at 3:53 UTC, and then one after another activation around the Ring of Fire, which started with an activation in the Sea of Greenland with a 4.6, and then Peru 4.7, Hokkaido, Japan 5.2, and Tonga 4.9, another 4.4 in Indonesia, Alaska again with a 3.9, California 3.0, Venezuela, which is connected to the Atlantean energies with a 4.5 but also a 9, and then the Pacific Antarctic Ridge, which was the most powerful again with the 5.4 of the 9 energy, the Philippines 4.6, Taiwan another 4.4, and that's with the 8 energy, and the 4.4 portal, Russia 4.7, Indonesia 5.3, the sacred portal of Skiathos, Greece with a 4.0, 4.5 in Indonesia, and the final one with the most depth, the deepest activation, again in Fiji Islands with another 4.4. So we have the 888, 508 kilometers depth, which goes deep into the heart of Gaia. As the divine feminine rises up, the waters rising up, to calm the fires, to bring all into balance, and to heal all that are suffering. We'll start today's transmissions with the most powerful prayer from Reverend Stephen Charleston of the Choctaw Nation, and feel into this energy, into this one sentence that has great power before it, and let go into this energy, and you will feel it in your vessel, in your sacred temple. Something sacred is coming this way. Something sacred is coming this way. Something sacred is coming this way. And you might have received an activation. You might have felt chills in your body, the crown opening, higher heart activations, and that you can use as a mantra, because something sacred is coming this way, and it is here now. It has arrived, and you know it. You know who I am, you know who you are, you know why you came. That is how my ancestors would have said it in the midst of all this turmoil and confusion, when we cannot clearly see the path before us, when we feel trapped in a situation we cannot control. Then I believe the wise elders of my holy heritage would climb to the high place of the heart, draw the circle of reason and faith around them, and stand to sing their prayers into the open sky of the history to come. They would not shrink into a corner afraid, but rise up to catch the first light of what was coming into being all around them. We are living in a time of emergence. We are the witnesses to a great renewal. The world is full of fear of birth and change, but that transformation will one day be our blessing. Do not be afraid, but be believing. Come to the place where the ancestors are already standing. Come and see. Something sacred is coming this way. Aho, 4-4 coming in again, divine goddess, and my sacred condor, the most beloved Walela, Walela, Walela. The sacred hummingbird is here with us with the purple wings and the emerald green body. Spread those purple violet wings. Today being the first most holy sacred day of Navratri, day 1, Pratipada Katastapana. The first day is of ShailPutri Devi. ShailPutri literally means the daughter, Putri, of the mountain Shaila, sometimes known as Sati, Bhavani, Parvati, or Hemavati, the daughter of Hemavana, the king of the Himalayas. She is the first among the Navadurgas. And day 1 begins with ShailPutri, daughter of the mountains, and is considered as the purest embodiment of Durga. And Durga is identified as a principal and one of the most popular forms of Hindu goddess Parvati. She is a goddess of war, the warrior form of Parvati, whose mythology centers around combating evils and demonic forces that threaten peace, prosperity, and dharma, the power of good over evil. And today, from Isis channelings, the new moon and the 9 nights of the mother Durga, Navratris and the mother womb. The new moon begins with the celebration, the Navratris, 17th of October to the 25th of October, the most significant and auspicious period dedicated to the 9 forms of the Divine Mother, Shakti, Mother Durga. While traditionally the Navratri or 9 nights of the goddess Mother Shakti represent the battle of good over evil, when Ma Durga battled a demon, Mahishasura, Lord Rama battled the demon king, Ravana. That is a period of cleansing and purification of our inner evils of ego, lust, greed, anger, etc. At this time, specifically, we are currently confronting and releasing attitudes, attributes, patterns, and distortions associated with the distorted, wounded feminine, and more specifically, the mother wound, where we are holding on steadfast to past hurts and betrayals and projecting our sense of victimhood, perceived and or otherwise, via obstinate, rigid, and illogical behavior. The mother is our first caretaker and protector, physical and emotional, but as an unhealed, not in her power entity, she may have been emotionally absent to the very nurturing, nourishing, and protection responsibilities towards her offspring. The child is thus raised in an emotionally unstable environment, rich in undercurrents of guilt and victimhood projections, an unbalanced giving and receiving paradigm, the scars of which are carried through lifetimes and the ancestral lineage till healed or repeated. As we confront, heal, and release our ancestral and karmic lineage of this distorted feminine behavior and mother woundings, you may feel this acutely at your root chakra, pain and stiffness in your lower back, extreme bouts of tiredness, and slight flu symptoms as we release these distortions and patterns. This period begins with the new moon in Libra, which this year culminates in the full moon, the blue moon of Taurus, Hathor, both of which are ruled by Venus. Venus is currently at heart chakra at gate of her compassion on her shamanic 8-year journey, 2020 through 2028, of tracing the 5-petaled cosmic rose in the mother avatar. 2012 through 2020 was the maiden avatar. She is guiding us currently as we revisit old wounds of the mother and distorted feminine to heal old hurts by heart medicine of forgiveness, compassion, non-judgment and acceptance, gratitude and grace, to move beyond the old stories that hold us hostage to the past and embrace bold actions guided by faith and trust as we regain our power to strive to achieve a balance between receiving and giving, and hence greater balance in our relationships within and without. The Navratris, 9 nights of the 9 forms of Mother Durga, are divided into 3 sets of 3 nights devoted to Goddess of Power, Mahakali, where we purify the root, earth, and sacral water chakras, Goddess of Spiritual Wealth, Goddess Lakshmi, fire, solar, and heart chakra, and the Goddess of Wisdom, Goddess Saraswati, throat and third eye chakras. Day 1, 17th of October, of Navratri, ShailPutri, one of all 9 forms of Devi. Durga is worshipped every day in Navratri. The first form of Ma Durga is ShailPutri, who was born to the king of mountains. Shaila means mountain and Putri means daughter, hence she is called ShailPutri, the daughter of the mountains. Ma ShailPutri, an absolute form of Mother Nature, is worshipped on the first day of Navratri. She is also referred to as Goddess Parvati, the consort of Lord Shiva and mother of Lord Ganesh, and Kartikaya. The image of Ma ShailPutri is a divine lady holding a Trishul in her right hand, which is the trident or the Trinity, and lotus flower in her left hand. She rides on Nandi, a bull. Ma ShailPutri is the goddess of the Muladhara chakra, or root base chakra, and upon awakening the Shakti, one begins their journey to spiritual awakening and to their purpose in life. Without energizing the Muladhara chakra, one doesn't have the power and strength to do anything worthwhile. It is said that one should worship Ma ShailPutri to make full use of the precious human life. Therefore, this avatar of Goddess Durga is worshipped on the first day of Navratri. Be in light, be light in grace. Isischannelings.wordpress.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Cassia from Sweden. Another victorious day for the light forces, anchoring into the grid, Lemurian crystalline rainbow codes, and unconditional love. Also the red of Mother Earth and the Divine Feminine, and Maria of Magdalene, magenta pink, healing flame, and Yeshua gold. 229633 2211151. Thank you for divine co-creation, blessings, infinite gratitude, and love. Today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Shekinah Rose. The Blue Ray Empath Transmission Ascension Energy Updates. Crown Chakra Activation. The new energetic wave flow is emerging. Can you sense and feel it? Through all that is taking place in the world, the holy sacred frequencies continue to awaken your Christ crown Christos template, the cosmic Christ consciousness. The blue rays and many starseeds are empathic, sensory, intuitive beings. You are here to awaken those sacred empathic ley lines of Lemuria, Mu, and the divine human blueprint. Downloads of information, awakenings, and healings are translated through your empathic sensory awareness, the becoming of divine angelic human, Homo Luminous. The celestial wave energies are fluctuating and vary in intensity from day to day, with solar storms, powerful astrology, central sun downloads from Solara, Mother Earth Gaia frequency, shifting of timelines, including your own and group consciousness, where you have a day or days of waking up tired with lots of dreams and working in the dream state, and then can be energized and balanced the next day. Some days you may need more rest and to be more mindful to do this ever more deeply in the flow, and to be honoring of your sacred divine feminine energies. Times of hearing ringing in your ears and or hearing and seeing the wave frequency and feeling it in your body. As blue ray transformers, grid workers, new forerunners, angel healer empaths, you naturally allow this process to happen by being recharged and upgraded through alone time and being in nature. Blue rays and angelic sensitive empaths, you have strong intuitive abilities, and you need to be able to connect with your own essence and energies to be happy and healthy. Your etheric body is more sensory aware. This is who you are and have been working on to be more attuned to your higher self, guides, God, and Creator. Know your telepathic abilities, healing, and empathic unity are increasing. You are very adaptable with your innate water element and are able to flow, transcend, and transform with these energies. The need for inward reflective meditation time to just be and nature time. There are starseeds and especially blue rays who are feeling a huge spiritual shift taking place. A whole new essence of their being is emerging. How they relate to all they have been is feeling different, renewed, and expanded. During this time, many of you will feel a need to take a step back until you feel more settled in your new surroundings, and as moves, endings, and new beginnings may also be taking place. As you sense, this is one of the most significant periods of your spiritual life of embodiment. You may not be able to put it to words as it goes beyond. One cannot describe the awe when their very own human technology is being upgraded, nor do they want to. Live it, enjoy it, embody it. It's an expansion of many realms, times, dimensions that has culminated to this now moment. Be in wonderment as it's all true, but be quiet and reflective as it's happening inside of you. Gratitude for this bittersweet experience. Changes can feel unnerving. Trust in the process that is happening in you and allow for the merging of the yin and yang within, creating a holistic being, unified within, beyond duality. Crown chakra activation is oneness, beyond duality. The 1,000-petaled lotus opens on its own accord when your time is ripe. Sustainable, true wealth. Thank you, love, Shekinah. From ShekinahRose.com. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, Servant of Yahweh. Redemption is yours today. Friends and partners that had hidden agendas of siphoning your finances and wealth are up for review today. This is setting your heart chakra free of the emotional cords you have with these entities. Moving forward, you are able to make better choices for yourself in love and friendship. You and your family are free of this karma for good. Material and financial changes are here today due to these changes. This is also aligning you with a partner that is ready to give you love, not take from you for their success. This is also removing the seed point of this deceit, envy, and deception out of the divine masculine Christ collective. They are now aligning with love, family, and the divine feminine Christ. These spells are being destroyed from the seed point, starting on Libra new moon and completes on the Taurus full moon, October 31st, 2020. Prepare as the storm is here for 2 weeks. Trust that this is God's plan, freeing you and your holy grail counterpart from the emotional and financial slavery. This is supporting the new raptured you in all ways. Today from Divine Sister of the Light, Celia Fenn. The new earth is here if you want it to be. This morning I was thinking about John Lennon and his famous statement about war. War is over if you want it to be, showing that it is up to each one of us to change our consciousness so that war is not a part of us and not a part of our reality. The same goes for New Earth. When we make it a part of ourselves and a part of our reality, then it exists. Of course, that is easier said than done, but we are doing it. We got this. We just need to get past our mental conditioning that expects catastrophe and disaster as part of the battle of opposites and duality, and accept and open ourselves to abundance and blessings. It is mid-spring here, and this is Open Gardens weekend when local people open their gardens to allow others to enjoy them. This house is called The House at Pooh Corner, and whenever I drive past, I would be so curious to see what it was like, so this was my chance. What a magical and marvelous and Pooh kind of place, like Winnie the Pooh. I almost expected to encounter Pooh and Piglet around one of the shady corners. Places like this do exist in our reality. Of course, whenever I'm in such wonderful places, I always think these people must have lots of money to be able to afford such a house. But chatting with the owner, it turned out he is a school teacher who bought the land 25 years ago for very little when it was part of a farm. It has been his life's passion, together with his wife, to create this magical space, listening to the call of the soul that knows that our first mission on the planet is to be the keeper of the garden. We may not all be in the position to create wonderful gardens. I know I am not, although I always create garden spaces wherever I go, but that is the idea, to create a magical space inside that can manifest outside. Many of us keep this idea as a headspace thing and then go on with life. Maybe as we enter the new earth, we need to make it one of our primary passions, even if it is just a loved collection of pot plants in our living room. We have to get back to the garden. The new earth is here if you want it to be. Have a beautiful week, everybody. And that synchronizes with myself, my Queen and Soul Star family's vision of the sacred sanctuary and healing retreat center. In the sanctuary, we see many gardens and fountains and beautiful creatures, many flowers, blossoms, and blooms, and moss and ferns, and many beautiful things for the fairies and the elves to play. So we hold this vision until the day we manifest it, which will be very soon. With all of your help, we will make this a reality and the blueprint for sanctuaries all over this realm. Today from Star Soul, the new light is assisting your healing, cleansing, and activation of your DNA much faster now. A whole lot of activity is occurring in your head, third eye in particular. Also, your high heart is receiving intense waves of light, self-love, and love for all is greatly needed now. There are many energy points on Earth at this time where beings of the higher dimensions are continuously anchoring their light, and then Mother Earth spreads this light where she feels it is needed most. Today from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Pars Kute, our courage and ingenuity, our ability to welcome changes in non-resistant ways and to adjust as needed, has already set the stage for further shifts. Our vibrations, not only our words and actions, continue to pave the way for new earth living. With sacred love of one, Pars Kute. And from Angel of the Light, Siman Ra, the solar flashes are getting more and more intense. The ones feeling this right now are amongst the first wavers paving the way for the rest of humanity. Keep holding and anchoring divine light on this planet. Nothing can stop us. Love always wins. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Kali, Salvatore. Message from the angels and spiritual guides from October 17th to the 22nd. Dear soul, there are no more delays, and now the sky is the limit. It might be an overwhelming feeling, but it's nice to see your designs evolve. You may get the impression that too many things are all going together, so it's good to keep your feet on the ground. The important thing is to have a well-organized plan so as not to lose control. New information and messages await you. This is a good time to promote yourself or your business. Flashes of inspiration, immediate results, passion, opportunity, and inspiration come into your life. It is time to act. You are called to do what motivates you most. Welcome new adventures and opportunities with open arms. New ideas. Take a leap of faith. You are strong enough to embark on a new path in life full of surprises and exciting things. The opportunities to evolve and grow are truly unlimited, only if you have faith in yourself and believe in your dreams. All you have to do is take the first step to find yourself on the path to a new, happier life. We will send you helpful people who can assist you as you go. You are encouraged to be proactive in finding the information you need. Don't let yourself be blocked by a lack of experience or self-confidence. You are bound to get the joy you are looking for. Follow your heart. We greet you and support you. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel, the crystal pyramid temples are rising, preparing our bodies to receive more light. The ancient pyramid temples and the crystalline grid. In ancient times, long before Atlantis, Lemuria, and Avalon existed, there used to be a massive energy grid called the crystalline grid surrounding this planet, a set of 12 crystal pyramid temples reflecting the 12 master rays anchored in the cosmic light. They were placed at the most important energy centers of this planet and fed the grid. There was a 13th and master pyramid, which was called the Pyramid Temple of the White Flame. This was the master energy conduit, and in turn, it was directly linked up to the crystal pyramid temple of the 7th temple of the 7th sun of the 7th galaxy, a galaxy that we have forgotten exists. There were smaller pyramids which interlinked with the main 12. The Giza pyramids were some of the later ones, as well as those in America and elsewhere. Indeed, these are found all over the world. Some were used for healing, others to fine-tune one's vibratory state, others for connection to other dimensions and states of being, others for interdimensional travel. Some were teaching and learning centers, as all teaching was conveyed by means of giant and small crystals, programmed with the information a person needed to assimilate. The Temple of the White Flame was a vast center of higher learning. It was here that the high priesthood was trained. It had vast halls of wisdom and halls of records. Only those who were initiated, especially the women, had to go through stringent initiations, as they were the pure transmitter souls, could have access to this temple. When the first people of this planet started playing power games in a war between two factions, instigated by war elsewhere in our solar system, universe, and galaxies, these temples either sank under the sea or were deactivated. They do exist still on the ethereal planes. They will be placed on this planet once more when we are ready to step into the higher dimensional state, when the new golden age truly starts to have effect. In the meantime, we who are wandering souls are asked at this time to simply hold the light steady. When we reactivate our 12 chakras, we are then anchored in these higher rays, and the more we do so, the greater the energies released. These higher energies are affecting our DNA, our glands, our spinal cords, tonal scale, and our central nervous systems. Indeed, our whole bodies are being fine-tuned. We are being prepared for much lighter bodies. Thus our physical bodies will start vibrating at much higher frequencies. We are returning to our true states. We are the only creations who ever fell from the 7th and 5th dimensions into the 3rd. Normally the cycles are an upward evolution and not a downward one. There are souls who volunteer to hold the light steady during this time. This is their main reason for being here. Some are here to reactivate the pyramids and the energy grids. For certain souls have the innate ability and are programmed to do so. A lot might do this unconsciously, but still it is there. It takes but one single candle to light up the world. It takes but a handful to change the whole patterns of this planet and to heal it, to bring back wholeness, never by force, simply by anchoring in the highest frequency rays of love and light. This is not to indicate that the temples were entities on their own. They were merely a source of sources, connecting this planet to the divine source, God Goddess, from whom all life has sprung, and then interconnected us on a far vaster scale to the great cosmic hierarchies. At this time, all was one. There was no separation. From JudithKusel.com, from the Archangelic Calendar, Gaia is in the element of fire. Even though we see a regression in the violet flame and a leveling out of peace, these are very unprecedented times, and it will take some time to figure out the logistics in which way Gaia wishes to proceed. The one thing we do know is that Gaia does what she wants, when she wants. The Animal Legion has been very aggressive, stopping malevolent vehicles. They have taken it upon themselves to take out some very large vessels. This Legion is determined to change the stigma surrounding them, that they are a Gentile Legion. The fourth eye is an upgrade about to take place. It will be incredibly innate to the younger generation, but it will need development in the older generations. This will be present and active, but we must feel for a visual sense in our heart chakra. Archangel Michael is an amazing being. He has never let us down at any time. He is going into a very dense area, and we will not let him go alone. He is as much part of our legions as you and I, and he would not allow any one of us to go on a mission like this alone. This is not an assignment, but check in on Archangel Michael often and see if you can assist him. If not, observe. Engineering and galactic news. Black holes come in all shapes and sizes. They can be anywhere and come and go without warning. This situation is nothing to be concerned with, but it's an involuntary movement of the relevant universe at the moment. The suitable case regarding this engineering entanglement is that of a significant black hole moves from Bermuda to the Caspian Sea. In other words, the Bermuda Triangle is moving to the landlocked Caspian Sea. This movement will cause significant changes to both areas in many unprecedented ways. We have been watching the sky for some time now, and it has not been disappointing. Now it is time to watch the water. Things may seem to be calm from a galactic standpoint, but there is a great deal of action going on behind the scenes. Just because this action is not in conflict does not mean that nothing is going on. It just seems silly to report the daily work log of engineering. All of the higher dimensional catalysts are optimized. In a brief synopsis to keep us all on the same page, newer modalities are coming online shortly. Archangel Metatron hit the meditation bells hard enough to shatter the ether. This will cause incredible psychic anomalies as this vibration makes for a more physical, non-physical. There is so much that keeps the quantum understanding and upgrades progressing. This is only necessary because there is so much engineering manipulation that has gone on in the past. Saudi Arabia has a good deal of galactic activity, as all of the stargates in the area are fully functional. The only slight issue is that most ships cannot exit the stargate cloaked, which is not necessarily bad. For full disclosure, the Schumann will give you some nice visuals, but it is far from a scientifically accurate tool. Its limited capacity shows incredible energy anomalies, but it is not even a fraction of what is coming in at the moment. Transitioning to 5D, we are just going to title this next part of the human drama, Election Chaos. So do not let this time frame take you by surprise. Plan for the chaos. It's going to happen. Again, I stress this is the best case scenario. The collective median conscious mind would allow for transitioning to 5D. The indigenous of this planet have been mistreated. There isn't much of a debate on this fact. The motivation behind this is more galactic than anyone wishes to give it credit. Still, it's an atrocity that must be taken into consideration as we frame our 5D world. The threat the indigenous posed to early galactic settlers was that those who follow the ancient religion would have a much more direct path to summoning divinity than the other theologies which are control-based. They failed to realize that the ancient religion is more than just a belief. It's a relationship with Mother Earth aided by subtly listening to her messages and the messages of all things natural. In this relationship, the most powerful beings in existence were made aware of the situation and have arrived. You are about to see the cowardly and bratty side of organized darkness, as their crimes are about to be rectified. There is no room on this earth for evil intent. The stream of intent will be burned from humanity's hearts. Philosophical buffet, we have been assured that a national vaccine mandate will not be implemented in many places worldwide, as not too many wish to go to war with supernatural forces. There are still many countries where this may always be an issue, and we must continue our efforts against mandatory vaccines regardless of our past success. It has been a recurring theme as of late, but we cannot overstate that we need to restore credibility to science. This deception is a significant hindrance to society's progression. We must explore every effort to bring validity back to science and the scientific process. The people at the Hadron Collider think it is appropriate to communicate with a parallel universe. This act is exactly how our universe got into this situation by a neighboring universe who thought it was cute to interact with parallel worlds. We strongly discourage such experiments as the technology used is not fully understood by its creators, and they use it irresponsibly. You do not just decide to send energy through parallel worlds without knowing the logistics of how to do so. Their approach is far too physical and does not take a drop of metaphysics into account. I mean, what could go wrong? Be aware of your feelings. This is the foundation of all metaphysical work, and it may require your feeling zone to change. If we feel your conscious mind, the engine takes over. If we think with our heart, divine will takes over. With enough practice, judging from the heart becomes second nature. It is essential to distinguish between the malevolent witches and the benevolent witches. The legions will not tolerate bigotry against the people who follow the ancient traditions of the earth. There is a great deal of anti-magic propaganda, and we cannot bunch all things magical into the same category. I stress the intention behind emotion determines its level of malevolency or lack thereof. The human is different from all other races in that, like Yeshua, there is a more direct incarnation line to infinitely expanding Creator Source than most would have believed possible. The sons of Adam and daughters of Eve are many, infinitely expanding Creator Sources with little to no oversoul influence. The tools for today's assignments are in the description below. The assignments for today are the refresher. The easiest way to open a stairway to heaven is to envision colors connecting the spot you want the entrance to be with the Cygnus constellation. That's CYGNUS. There's been an issue with getting lost ones to enter these voluntarily, so you have to have a decorator touch. The more colors you use, the fancier the structure becomes, but even at that, you may need to add other bells and whistles, so be creative. Our legions have earned great respect from outer worldly and higher dimensional beings everywhere. Like us or not, you must respect what we can do. Many groups of soldiers from places far and wide wish to become part of our legions. If we can free trapped soldiers in Pompeii, Penang, and Athens, they all want to join the legions. To release them, create a stairway to heaven. It is essential to allow all soldiers to return home. Then blaze the locations with white flame, and everything will sort itself out at that point. Those with a light soul are much less likely to get lost trying to find the reincarnation line. It is an absolute necessity to create giant stairways to heaven in Rome, Jerusalem, and Mecca. Many people have been looking for the exits there. In an effort of efficiency, we must create ones large enough to handle the tremendous volume. The download center assignment was exceptionally well. If we can commit to making a few more, that would be great. We will also bring an energetic folding of sorts as we get a directed divine gaze at specific earth areas. In other words, this means that we will encourage divine miracles in the places we initiate this sacred light structure. The energetic fold works much like a prism. It warps light, and this also bends the location's physical energy to distort what is possible. To install a quantum bending light structure, envision a bright white prism in the area of your choosing. Once erected, set perpetual rainbow light throughout the design. If we could all commit to making at least 9 of these, it would change things considerably. Send orange flame of reveal on 3 separate occasions. This will significantly aid disclosure. We see some low-level possessions as its amateur hour in the demonic world. Every major power of non-physical evil is gone. There's only the weakest among them left. Rectified this with a violet flame-based funnel to an infinitely expanding Creator Source. It is not prudent to go in with a sword and shield because they are so small. Atlantis, like Gaia, Circe, Archangel Michael, Kali, Ganesh, an eagle and a snail, is a sentient personality with feelings and opinions. It needs encouragement to come out and play. Speak words of encouragement to this higher dimensional landmass. Cities in need of violet flame assistance: Phoenix, Austin, Houston, New York City, D.C., Seattle, Las Vegas, Vancouver, Brantford, Baghdad, Nampo, Hanoi, Davao City, Tokyo, Melbourne, Sydney, Sacramento, Chicago, Cape Town, Chiba, Beverly Hills, New Delhi, Lima, Rio, Panama City, Antalya Province, and St. Petersburg. The electrical current that runs the clones are based in Mount Shasta and Chilean mountains. The inside of the mountains has a general transmitter that keeps the clones working. Destroy both emitters with a sword and shield. They are infected with radiation, making them easy to find once the generator becomes unstable. Use a Metatron-based containment cube to minimize the damage to the local area. We are on task to bring the holy aspects of water back to Earth. Water is by far the most physically receptive element on Earth. If you want to further dive into that statement, research Dr. Emoto's experiments. But I must digress to the assignment. Along with light codes, we will infuse this water with surges. Our galaxies will as well. By making the water more galactic, we bring many physical upgrades on the macro and micro level. Imbue the water of the earth with the following lights. Pause. In between the colors, this is best used as intense pulses. White, black, white, black, orange, 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 red, indigo, green, emerald green, violet, diamond, violet, diamond, violet, diamond, rainbow. From the archangelicalendar.com, today from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 202, white resonant wind. Resonant is the name for the number 7, and its keywords are attune, inspire, and channel. 7 is a very sacred number. There are 7 colors in the rainbow and 7 chakras in the human body, and the number 7 is considered lucky by many. It is also the very middle day of any wave spell. Take the number 20 and minus 13, numbers which are the foundation of the Tzolk'in, and the result is 7. It is associated with channeling in the crown chakra. When we tune into this energy, we can receive insights that can guide us. Today is the white wind, which represents communication, spirit, and breath. Well, it's not hard to figure out today's meaning. It's all about communication, channeling it, sharing it, and opening up all channels of communication. Speak your mind, but allow your gut instincts to direct the dialogue instead of your ego. The guide is the white wizard, the enchanter of the Tzolk'in. When wizard guides, he takes us to enchanted places, and we can feel like we are under a spell. You'll enjoy the fun, but you may not remember anything later. And today, from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, white resonant wind, Kin 202, 17 October 2020, attuning to spirit. 17-10-2020, 17-10-22 equal 814 equal 13 equal 4. 17 immortality legacy. 8 abundance infinity source flow. 10 manifestation authority power. 1 new beginnings leader original. 13 goddess cosmic consciousness natural lore. 4 form structure foundation earth. Kin 202 equal 4 form structure foundation earth angelic. A very heavenly enchanting day for channeling spirit. Day 7 in the Yellow Warrior wave spell of fearlessly questioning everything in your path with a profound intelligence, disabling the old paradigm and fully focused on forging a new path to a brave new world. Today we are channeling messages from spirit which inspire us on our quest to the new earth. Tone of creation, resonant tone 7 in the emotional realm. Action inspires, power channels, essence attunement. The resonant tone very powerfully ignites the manifestation potentials to propel our quest today. It provides the ability to fine-tune and channel these magical forces. Remember that it is our vibration that will energize our creation, and that this is broadcast throughout our emotional body rather than our mental body. So it is very important that we are stable, calm, and receptive to our feelings, and what frequencies we are actually emitting as a transmitter to the etheric realms. At tone 7, our vibrating phenomenon learns to be still and to listen. Mystical 7 understands that everywhere is magical, but right here is better. Once we attune to spirit and then channel the magic through this present moment that is available to us all. Be mindful and observant as the communication channels are much clearer today. The voice of God will come through much stronger today. So find yourself a quiet sanctuary and be still in order to benefit from the whisperings of white wind. The communication is also two-way, so utilize the broadcast today to cast your devotional prayers and requests for God's mercy, grace, and miracles. Just as the prophet Daniel prayed in his hour of need to protect the city of Jerusalem. So beloved planetary kin, tune in and listen to the endless voice of spirit, allowing the white wind to become the wind beneath your wings, elevating your divine missions. Today's question is, how can I attune to the messages of spirit to fearlessly inspire my greatest quest, Divine blessings for becoming a divine transmitter today. May you receive the answers you seek. In Lakek Alakin, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 202, White Resonant Wind. The mantra, the code for today is, I channel in order to communicate. Inspiring breath, I seal the input of spirit with the resonant tone of attunement. I am guided by the power of timelessness. So on this powerful day of this great awakening, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. If you're new to this channel, be sure to click the subscribe button below and the little bell next to subscribe to get notifications, future uploads. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to thank everyone for your support on Patreon. I'd like to welcome and thank Divine Sister of the Light Jennifer for your pledge and donation. Very much appreciated. If you'd like to support my work and mission, you can do so at patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. The link is also in the description. I'd like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Susan, for your donation. I'd also like to thank Divine Sister of the Light, Deborah, for your donation. Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank our angels at the Grateful Dog for your donation and support. Our angels in Avalon, the Blue Apples, 37 into the 73, Heaven on Earth, our team of the 144. So thank you all for your great support and connections, your donations. It is because all of you that I'm able to bring these messages to our team of light workers on a daily basis. So I'm still looking for a temporary place of residence in Clark County. So if you have anything available, please let me know. You can send me a message or an email at info@primedisclosure.com. And we are looking for land and property around Mount Adams for a healing retreat center and sanctuary. So if you have anything available, either for sale or to gift to our mission, also send an email to info@primedisclosure.com. So we're going to wrap this up today with a quick mantra in honor of the sacred day of Navratri, the mantra for the goddess ShailPutri. Vande Vadri Chatalabaya Kandradaktrase Karama Vrasarudam Suladaram ShailPutri Yasavinim Vande Vadritalabaya Kandratakatasekaramma Vrasrudam Suladaram ShailPutri Asavsvinim Vande Vadrichatalabaya Kandratakatasekaramma Vrasarudam Suladaram ShailPutri Asasvinim Vande Vadratalabaya Kandratatakratasekarama Vrasarudam Suladaram ShailPutri Yasasvinim. Have a most powerful and sacred Navratri, the 9 nights of the Holy Goddess, the sacred Divine Feminine. I love you all. Namaste.